Well, for more on Apple's blockbuster quarter, we're going to speak with somebody who has money on the line. Zachary Shafran with us now. He is a fund manager at Waddell Reed Financial. His firm's overall assets exceed $80 billion. More than $4 billion of that is dedicated to science and technology. Zach is on the phone with us now from Overland Park, Kansas. Zach, thanks so much for joining us. You have in excess of 600,000 Apple shares. You've had a pretty good 24 hours. But based on these knockout results, are you going to buy more?
Good morning. Thanks for having us on. And, we are as excited today as we have been about Apple in a very long time. And it's not so much about what they've done. We think it's more about what they're going to do going forward.
Zach, Gene Munster of Piper Jaffray was on with us last hour. As you may know, he raised his price target on Apple to $554, and that's a price target over the next 12 months. Do you believe that Apple has the potential to run up another $200, more or less, from where it is right now over that period of time?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, the stock had a good day yesterday. We think it's going to have an even better day today. And, people have used the word disappointing when describing sales of such products as an iPad. As we look at the iPad, in particular the recent introduction of the iPad 2, it's only disappointing because they couldn't make enough. We actually think that's exciting. They're going to sell millions, tens of millions more of these things this year alone.
Zach, everybody thought Japan was a risk factor for Apple. Doesn't appear that it was. Are there any risk factors to this stock, in your mind, holding the shares?
I guess from our perspective, there are three very quickly. Number one, you have to be concerned about, Steve Jobs. He's been such an integral key part of the organization, but we're excited about the fact that, he's prepared the organization so well with the big depth and breadth of management. Secondly, you've got to worry about the economy, and while they've done a great job, better than most, at dealing with the recent disaster in Japan, we think there's risk of disruption generally in the economy in coming quarters. There's a lot we don't know about the rebuilding just yet, especially as it relates to the power grid there.
Okay, and there were three factors. Did we get them all?
No, just the general economy, I think.
I see, the general economy. But Apple is doing most of its sales overseas. Are we not? Is Apple not proving itself nimble enough to manage the slowdown in Europe and the United States by selling in some of those faster growth countries?
They may be one of the best examples of global. I mean, they're truly, all over the place. They're selling more products in the Shanghai store than they are on the Fifth Avenue store here in New York. And I think the other key thing is, even in a tough economy, one exciting thing is, they have a product, unlike some of their competitors, that people really want. In fact, feel like they can't live without.
They have a product unlike what their competitors have, and we hear the iPhone 5 may be coming as soon as September. We'll have to see how that does as well. Zach Shafran, a portfolio manager and director of research, at Waddell Reed. Zach, thanks so much for joining us.